Hi, welcome everyone to the MSI Contract Readiness kickoff call. My name is Rachel Buck. I am with the American Made Challenges program through the Department of Energy. We are working with the office EJE. And we have with us today a couple of our power connectors who will be supporting through this prize. And I'd like to pass it over first to Demetria at VentureWell to introduce her organization and a little how they'll be involved. And then I will pass it over to Passion in just a minute.
Hi, how are you? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Demetria Gallagher. I am the Vice President of Higher Education Ecosystem at VentureWell. So we're very excited to be a power connector for this opportunity and really help to educate the MSI community about contract readiness. For those of you that are new to VentureWell, we're a 28-year-old STEM nonprofit that really helps different audiences, anywhere from the federal government to entrepreneurs, faculty, and researchers to really think about how they take their inventive spirit of R&D, maybe in the classroom or in a lab or in an institution or in a business, and really bring it to market through like commercialization. So we're very excited for this engagement and to really help folks understand the importance of contract readiness.
Awesome. Thank you, Demetria. And I will pass it over to Passion at Ensemble.
Hi, everyone. I'm Passion Wilson. I am the challenge coordinator for the MSI Contract Readiness for Ensemble. Ensemble is a digital 8A consultancy. We support the government with open innovation services and digital technical services. For this challenge, we will be supporting application assistance portion as well as some outreach efforts.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm going to dig in a little bit to the American Made program and share a little about how this program has helped develop clean energy infrastructure here in the U.S. We are primarily funded through the Department of Energy to incentivize innovation through prizes, training, teaming, and mentoring. And we really want to work in like all national labs, private sector, nonprofits, to help, supercharge bold ideas that are coming. And yes, so supercharging bold ideas. We've had in the last 5 years, more than 75 prizes, totaling more than $400 million in cash and support in other ways. And we have a network of more than 450 organizations and individuals that are part of this. One reason why we really love prizes is that it offers a really low barrier to entry. I was a grant writer in a former life, and the reporting requirements and, there's a variety of things that can really hinder and hamper development for programs if they don't have the right funding. So by working through prizes, we're able to incentivize and to connect organizations with some funding that they need to be able to move their ideas forward. And by doing that, we really hope to make innovation fast here within the US. We want to inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers and entrepreneurs and anyone who's working in this clean energy infrastructure through the US. We really want to expand the participation of who's in the prizes, and that's one of the big ideas behind this MSI competition readiness. So by working with underserved and historically excluded communities, we're really hoping that we can push forward a lot of their ideas and get them more competitive and get them out there in front of the government funding, get them into that infrastructure to help move those communities forward. And we want to do this, we want to provide opportunities, grow these businesses, develop solutions, and increase these opportunities that a lot of organizations are looking for in the US. As I said, we have over 450 support organizations. We have over 100 accelerator and incubator programs that focus on clean tech and energy. There's 33 academic institutions in the US. We have 17 national laboratories and 100 corporate partners that all make up this incredible network that I'm happy to say you are all a part of. Even just joining this webinar, it shows us your interest in this program. It shows us your interest in this prize, and we're very excited that you guys are here and wanting to join the American Made Network. Looking specifically at the Contract Readiness Prize, for MSIs, Minority Serving Institutions, this is going to be a one-phase prize that aims to support HBCUs, so historically Black colleges, tribal colleges and universities, Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institutions, Hispanic serving institutions, predominantly Black institutions, and any minority serving institution to become contract ready for Department of Energy subcontracts and be subcontract ready for DOE National Laboratories. There's a lot of money. The government is one of the biggest employers and biggest contractors in the country. And so wanting to create an open access for this and have all of these minority serving institutions feel prepared and ready to be competitive in this network is something that this prize is really focused on. So our goals for this are that we develop a clear plan of action. We want each competitor and each team to improve your contract readiness. We are going to be hosting technical trainings on the federal contracting application process. There's going to be mentoring opportunities with the power connectors that you met earlier. And we also have a DOE mentor protege program. And by the end of 2024, we would like to see all of the competitors apply to at least one DOE complex contract. So by providing the information, we want to see how you'll continue to train and develop your staff, students, and utilize other resources so that you can respond quickly and efficiently when federal contracts are announced. There's a huge variety of federal contracting opportunities. So they need an unlimited range of services and products to help meet their various missions, especially within the DOE. So contracts from universities can provide training and capacity building, research and analysis, workforce development, financial analysis, software development, and there's so many more opportunities that the government is willing to pay minority serving institutions for. So by ensuring that you are contract ready, we hope to prepare you to receive those contracts and help grow your business and your community and your minority serving institutions. So the timeline for this, June 4th, the submissions opened. Today is the 20th and not the 18th for the kickoff call. And then the submission deadline is October 4th. But before that, we're going to have 4 webinars or trainings that we want all of the participants and competitors to attend. They're interactive learning sessions where you'll be able to talk about the procurement process. So I've included in this timeline, I'll also present another one here in a minute to show you where they're at. And then I will present these slides or send these slides afterwards. So you don't have to write all of this down right now. But to talk about these webinars, it's an exciting series that our partners have put together that are tailored to equip minority serving institutions to successfully engage with the federal government. It's designed for a diverse array of institutions, whether you're a small, medium, or large minority serving institution. VentureWell and our partners are committed to assisting all of the minority serving institutions here today to enhance your contract readiness, to increase your revenue streams, and elevate your engagement within the the STEM ecosystem. So through these interactive learning sessions, you'll be able to learn about key aspects of federal procurement, capability statement development, DOE contract forecasting, compliance requirements, and then navigating the acquisitions regulations, system for award management, Department of Energy acquisition regulation, and many other kind of hoops that the government expects contractors to go through. So you'll be able to register here on this page. We'll also share that link in the chat. But I'm going to show you what the four webinars look like. And then I will pass it over to Demetria to share a little bit more about what her and her team have developed for this.
Yeah, so we're very excited for this 4-part webinar series. It really lays the foundation for folks, university leadership, faculty, anyone that's in the MSI community to really kind of start up with some learnings from the ground up. That's why we have our first one, which is next week. So please register on June 26th, 3 p.m. Eastern time, to really kind of go over what are just some of the basics, nuances to federal contracting. One thing about the federal government, they love acronyms, right? So there's a lot to learn around what are just some of the basic steps to get started. And then through the webinar series, we take everyone through an immersive learning experience around a capability statement exercise. What does it really mean to do some DOE contract forecasting, which really means how do institutions really kind of develop a long-term plan to think about how to become engaged in federal contracting. And then we end the series with what are some steps that can be taken to actually submit some competitive applications for different DOE contracts. So we're very excited about the series. They happen on a monthly basis. They will also be recorded, but we will also have a robust question and answer session during each webinar, so folks can get some of their questions answered. And then we also have office hours where people can sign up so we can have more individual customized conversations about this entire process, as well as the prize. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Demetria. Yes, so we really strongly encourage all of the competitors to attend these. They will be part of the submission process, because at the end of this, in the submission deadline, winners of the prize will get up to $10,000. Again, that is a prize, that is not a grant, so nothing has to be reported back. But we would like to see your engagement as a competitor through these webinars and these trainings that VentureWell has so graciously put together for us. So after these webinars, like I'd said in that timeline page, there is going to be a deadline. So looking at what needs to be submitted due on October 4th, there are just 3 components to the actual submission of this, and that will be the cover page, the narrative, and then any letters of support or commitment. The cover page will have the title of your submission, the university or your organization name. We'd like you to self-identify your institution type, as well as your institution size. We have more guidance on this in the rules, but we are considering small institutions as fewer than 5,000 students, medium institutions between 5,001 and 15,000, and then large is anything over 15,000. We would like a short introduction to share your mission, vision, and goals of the institution, and then any key members of the project and mentors or partners that are involved. The next part of the submission is a narrative that will describe your team leads and any team members that are assembled for this. It should include how you've increased the level of your team's contract readiness. These bullets are suggestions to guide your responses. You can decide where you want to focus your answer. We won't be counting the individual answers to these questions, but the aggregate response to all of the prompts together should be no more than 1,500 words. And so we do ask that you include the total number of words at the end. You can include up to 5 supporting images, figures, graphs that we won't include in the word count. But it's going to have 3 topic areas that will be expanded on in the rules document. So learning and teaching opportunities, in-person or virtual relationship building, and then current and future contracts being pursued. Reviewers for these submissions are going to score based on the content that you've provided, including the frequency of the contact with mentors, other details that will help differentiate you from other submissions, wanting to know that you are moving forward, how you feel you're better prepared based on this webinar series, based on mentorship that you have received, and seeing which of the DOE contracts that your organization is considering or has already pursued in that time frame. And again, wanting to show how you'll be supported along the way. The power connectors, both VentureWell and Ensemble, they'll be able to mentor you, coach you, direct you to resources that will be able to help you. We have the Mentor Protege program to support historically excluded businesses, TCUs, minority serving institutions, to enhance business capabilities. The businesses or your organizations will be responsible for working with the Office of Small Business Utilization and learning how to identify DOE contractors as mentors that can support the development. So please look for the updates on the HeroX page if you are not already following that, because we will be posting updates on how to connect on the Mentor Protege. And then we will be adding in the office hour links for both of the power connectors in there. We also have the one-on-one office hour links in this presentation, which again, I will be sending out after the call and once we have the recording. And then, yeah, so there's some additional open prizes that you might be interested in or considering, and we encourage you to look at those. And then I see that Demetria has included the webinar registration in the chat. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Happy to answer now, or we can collect them at the end and then utilize those as a FAQ that can go along with this finalized document. But that is just a quick overview of what we are hoping to see from competitors and what we're hoping to offer you as we go through this contract readiness prize. So does anyone have any questions? All right. Oh, chat says it's disabled. Okay. So there should be a Q&A box. I apologize. So one of the questions that came in is for the narrative, do we have to reply to all categories or select one to respond? Ideally, a competitive submission will address all of the categories. However, the focus of your submission can be more heavily in one than the other, but ideally the most competitive submissions will at least address all 3 of the categories. And then for in the chat, I just put in a link from Passion at Ensemble, and then I will be putting in as well the registration page for the webinars. How to submit the application. I don't see any link for submission on HeroX. So on HeroX, the submission will open in, I think, the end of July. However, because we do want to encourage all of the participants and all of the competitors to attend each of the webinars hosted by VentureWell before the submission, so that you are, fully equipped with all the information to be competitive, and to be competitive in the DOE contract market. Ideally, submissions will be received after that final 4th webinar. So that will open on HeroX, and it will be available. There will also be an update on HeroX, letting everyone know when that does become available. You can find all of the information on the application or the submission in the official rules document, which is under resources on HeroX. Any other questions? Okay. I don't see any other questions coming in, but if you have them, please feel free to use the HeroX page. There's a forum where you can ask questions. Anyone can see those questions. We can reply directly in the forum as well, to share that information. And like I said, I will be sending out these slides with the registration links, the one-on-one office hours, once we have this recording completed. And yeah, I hope the rest of you have a good day. And please do reach out if you have any questions.